So this one is how Judaism, basically what I meant by weaponized psychology, how Judaism has this strange effect of far more real-life application than Christianity or Catholicism. And I'll do a side note later on how Semitic thought shows through the Quran, as well as the Tanakh. So, last night, I was trying to read the American Psychological Association manual. Excuse me. And I couldn't do it. My brain just, like my eyeballs, I was forcing them to stare at the screen, into words, and it was just rejecting it. No, I don't want to read this. This is dumb, this is boring, this is mind-numbingly painful because the guy teaching this can't even stick to it. So, I started looking at Judaism apps, and I got a good one. And it's got the weekly parashah in sections per the day. So yesterday, Yosef went down to Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, right? And he's a Potiphar's servant. Somehow, that, I can't explain how, the only explanation is God, right? Some sort of divine energy intervention thing, maybe? That's the only secular scientific explanation, because there's no other explanation to why I didn't do this sooner. Somehow that caused my brain to, like, a switch flipped, to where it said, you get out of it what you put into it. And so I went to Duolingo. Now, I didn't know this. Apparently, Americans have this mentality, not all Americans, but many of us, where we are, like, resting our dead weight on someone else to do the heavy lifting. Even with education. So, with Duolingo, I just think, well, I click the button and it does all the work and then I learn Hebrew. No, I had no idea there was so much stuff in there that I was not utilizing because my brain just never gave the effort to hit like the Aleph symbol, right? Learn the letters. There was a whole bunch in there. There's a whole bunch in the dumbbell icon, practice. And all of a sudden, I was getting 10 times more out of the app than I had previously because I wasn't putting the effort into it. I was expecting to get all the effort out of it without putting any effort into it. Or minimal effort, maximal, payoff. And all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I get out of it what I put into it. And somehow that cleared my mind, along with reading the Siddur, which was talking about how prayer is sort of giving us a chance to not quite escape reality, but just take a break and regroup and collect our thoughts and rest and relax and sort of, And that's exactly, it worked. It worked amazingly well to the point where my brain started realizing, oh, this is what you did wrong on the last assignment. This is what you need to do for the next assignment. You need to read the instructions better. Da-da-da-da-da. And it was like my mind was overstrained from school, and somehow prayer and religion made it, boom, stronger, smarter, sharper, and to where it was like my mind needs to project into the course what I'm going to get out of it. I get out of it what I put into it. Very strange thing, very effective. And to that point, I'm actually analyzing and retaining things a lot better with no real feasible explanation. Now, where Semitic thought is apparent in the Quran is right now we're reading about Yosef. Now, for those Christians who steal Judaism from the Jews, that's Joseph, the son of Yaakov, or Jacob, Yaakov. Where'd that fly swatter go? And in the Quran, which I know because I had to do this for another assignment because Baptist University is pushing like, oh, Muslim immigration. Weird, right? Why are Christians promoting Muslim immigration in Christian countries? It's almost like it's a tool for the globalists, right? The Quran version, the wife of Potiphar is accused by the other women of being a whore. They're like hissing and backstabbing, right? Like women with fangs and forked tongues just showing their teeth. Good boy. And she invites them all to dinner, and then Yosef comes out, and all the women are so swooned by his looks that they cut their hands to bleed. And I'm thinking, what? We're so sorry. We didn't know he was so cute. Yeah. Arabic thought is very Semitic in that. I never considered that. It's so different. It's from Western thought, right? It's very interesting. Very intelligent, because these are aspects that Christians are like too dumb to think of, right? Just, oh, the Bible is like this tube that I stick in my brain, like the Duolingo or the Hollywood movies, and I just expect it to dump things in my brain without questioning, without giving any thought. I'm educated in Christianity. It's very, very amazing. I definitely want to read the Quran at some point, maybe, but I want to finish the Tanakh and learn Hebrew first. And that's an interesting thing in itself, because for me, this was like a travel, a mental journey, right? And so I could start in Jerusalem, in ancient Judea, and then I could travel north to Rome by learning Latin, or I could travel east and learn Arabic. I don't know why this stuff interests me, but it does. Curious mind. Anyway, I gotta get back to studying.